Good morning, lovies. I hope that you are well. Today we're ready, dressed, and getting ready to get into our day. I had my coffee, Sawada weather. It's that time. It's finally cooling down, and I am so happy. My bed is made, and I've already done my Bible time. And I was just getting ready to do my makeup and, brush my teeth, get ready for the day, that kind of thing. And he was not settled. So now he's in the carrier, and I'll probably just start on chores and things like that because it's really hard to brush your teeth when you have a baby on your chest. So I'll just continue to drink my coffee, and we'll do that stuff later before, everything. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on folding on this laundry that I have, and I figured I would take you along through my day, and he's fussy, so give me. Okay, so now that I've gotten the baby mostly calmed down, snuggled up, and ready for his nap, I'm going to work on my husband and my laundry. My kids' laundry does usually end up in ours as well, and this is no different. So here we go. I'm separating my piles from my husband's piles and then the kids' piles. The way I separate the younger kids is I do it jammies, tops, bottoms, and then any undergarments go in a separate pile. And I fold those for my 3 youngest, and then for my 3 next older ones, I will just separate into a pile for them, and then they will go ahead and separate and fold in those separate like pajama, shirts, and pant piles. And then my oldest does her own laundry, so I don't need to worry about that. But my husband, I have his hang-up clothes, which are usually church shirts and clothes like that. A few work shirts that he has that he'll need to be hung up, and then mostly just workout clothes. And then his undergarments will go into 2 separate drawers, and my clothes I separate from undergarments, jammies, and bottoms, except for my skirts I do hang up alongside my shirts and dresses, and then pants just go in a pile. Here I am going to hang up my husband's shirts in his closet. We do have 2 separate closets, which is pretty nice, and it's just a weird setup that his is in another room. And then there's Charlotte, my 4th, and she is 7. She's probably asking me about either chores or school because they do independent study, or not independent study, but they're independent classes, work, and chores while I do my morning chores. So that's what's happening here. It does get a little bit tough to get in there with the baby on my chest, and the carrier is like already a tight, snug little area. And now I'm back in my room, and I'm going to work on the baby's laundry, the 2 younger ones, the toddler and the baby. And I like to listen to podcasts. This one is Femina, I'm trying to show you. It's one of my favorite, by Nancy Wilson. It's a very short, sweet podcast that comes out on Fridays. And if I'm not listening to a podcast, I like to listen to worship music or any songs that we're practicing or working on in church that I am not great in. And I am usually not great in most of them. So I like to practice while I'm folding laundry. So here you see me. This is the 3 younger kids' laundry. And there's Asher. I thought it was so sweet. I had to include this. He came in. And he doesn't always like to hang out with me when I'm doing chores, especially laundry, because it can be kind of boring and I have to stay focused doing it because I will get sidetracked. He brought his cars in and wanted me to play, so I was trying to play as much as I could while I was folding these, and he's just the sweetest. So I'm going to leave this here and just let you listen to him. Green card? Green card? Ooh, you have red card. Here, wait, take this one too. Oh. You want this one too? No? Okay. What's right here? Yeah. Whee! Okay. Okay, now that I have all the laundry folded and put in the piles, I'm in the baby and Asher's room, which is my youngest toddler. I'm just going ahead and cleaning up a few things, and then straightening out the drawer. This drawer is broken, so I kind of have to push it back together every once in a while. It was a gift from a friend, and we greatly appreciate it, but I do need to fix it. And I'm just going to get their laundry put away. His room is close to mine, so I don't need to walk far with these piles. And as you know, mom life, you usually have your hands full with things, and this is no different. So I just usually fill my hands up or my arms up with the laundry. And here's Asher recognizing and realizing the camera is in his room. And so I'm going to get his laundry put away, and then I'll head into getting my daughter, my youngest daughter, Evelyn's laundry put away in her little section as well. But I don't show that because I feel like it was just kind of repetitive. So that's what I'm going to do, finish getting this laundry away, and then I'm going to have a little chat with you. Okie dokie, my bed is all cleared off from all of that laundry. I need to go downstairs and switch loads because I have some towels and stuff in there. He's still napping, so that'll be an easy little task that I can do. And then we're going to do the kids' Bible time and kind of like work downstairs a little bit. Probably prep lunch. I definitely need to get my husband's lunch while I'm thinking about it, because I have to take that to him when I drop off my oldest to work. And she works with him, the same business. And that's kind of what's going on. So let me go ahead and to-do list it so that I don't forget that I need to do these things. So here I am working on my to-do list. Normally this is something that I will do either in the morning if I don't get to it the night before. And so this is kind of like not my favorite thing to do. I don't like doing it in the middle of the day, but like I said, I don't want to forget what I needed to do. And so I've already done the things that were apparent that I could see that I needed to do, like my bathroom and laundry. So now here I am writing the things that I need to get to, but will definitely forget, or because of ADHD, I will get distracted or just on rabbit holes. I don't know if you guys have done this, where you go to do something in a certain room, forget what you're doing, start working on something else, or just doing something else, like taking laundry down to the basement and seeing something is, need to be cleaned up or reorganized, and then getting sidetracked. And so that happens a lot with me. That's why I really prefer to have a to-do list, whether it's like a cute little notebook or my planner or even my phone sometimes, although I do try to stay away from doing things on my phone, because again, that ADHD kicks in and I will get distracted, and before you know it, I've spent 30 minutes scrolling on Instagram or YouTube watching something that I was thinking about. So I have to be careful with this. And so here I am just adjusting the baby's binky, getting him to settle down, because as soon as I sit down, as you know it, he starts to get a little restless. My baby is a little colicky, so he tends to be more restless than most babies, and that's why I really like to do the carrier method with him. I've had a couple other colicky kids, but he definitely takes the cake. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this to-do list, and then I'm going to head downstairs and get the things that I need to do. But first, a little chat. Okay, so I'm going to start with switching the loads of laundry, hubby's lunch, and then meal prep or not meal prep, but lunch prep. I have to make pizza dough for lunch. So I need to do that, and then we'll make our own DIY pizzas. Yeah. Oh, and I was going to say too, before I forget, with the laundry, right? Like you see me doing those things, I wanted to say, try to do it as soon as possible, like getting your laundry away, because your future self will help you, or your future self will thank you. You've seen me pulling it out of the baby's co-sleeper bed, which he doesn't really use. And that was to keep it off of our bed, because my husband brought it in last night, because I forgot to do it yesterday because I didn't set my timer, and I know better, but anyways. And so, your future tired self will thank you for not putting it on your bed, and just getting it done as soon as possible. If there's things that you just can't get to all the time, right away, then that, of course, we understand that, stuff happens, but trying to do things right away, when you get out of bed, make your bed right then and there, You'll be thankful that it's all done. It'll look nice. You'll feel good about it. It'll feel like you've already accomplished something, and it'll keep you from usually getting back in it because it's made. And that'll just kind of set the precedence for the day. And then same thing with laundry. Like, as soon as you get it out of the dryer, try to at least separate it, fold it. There have been times where I do not fold the laundry. I will put it in people's piles, and for like the little ones, I'll separate, you know, bottoms, tops, jammies, undies, and socks, and they can just put it away in their drawers like that. Because, I mean, come on, let's be honest, most of the time little people are just going to, like, when they're getting dressed themselves, they're just going to pull that stuff out anyways. I don't know if your husband is like mine, but he does the same exact thing. He'll pull out to find out what he wants. He doesn't fold it when he puts it back. He just shoves it in there, and I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's play clothes. All of our church clothes and our nice clothes that we have, we hang up, so it's not like the stuff that's getting wrinkled really matters. And then all of our stuff, mine and his, I hang up. So like, if you want a little money, or if you want a little time-saving tip as far as like laundry is concerned, especially if you have a large family, a lot of kids, or even just like a few kids, you know, then definitely just toss them in the drawer. Don't worry about folding them. There's a time and a season for all things. And, you know, like with him, you know, when you're prepping for the baby and you're getting everything ready to go and you're hanging all the cute things up and you're folding everything in a certain way to put in a certain drawer, it's like, you know, you have kids going in the drawers. For me, again, because I am a mom of 7 kids, so oftentimes it's like other kids are helping me get laundry or get littles ready for the day, getting dressed and stuff, or my husband, and so they'll just like go through and find it. They do not put it back in the drawer that it's supposed to go half the time, or fold it up and put it back the way it was. And so I found out that I was just getting so like stressed and frustrated unnecessarily, because honestly I'm the only one who cares. They don't. And in the span of like eternity, like, it really doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna see, I mean, unless I'm sharing with you guys, but for the majority of people, you're not gonna see what's in people's drawers. Like, nobody's looking at it. So if it bothers you and it's something that you prefer and you have the time to do it, by all means. But I feel like in motherhood and homemaking, oftentimes, while yes, you want things beautiful and lovely, but there is also a practicality to it. You know, there is a need for just sometimes, like, okay, my emotions are getting the better of me over this. It really doesn't matter. I don't want to spend my time and waste my energy on something that literally isn't going to make or break anything. I hope that makes sense, because that was something that I had to learn, because they do have little like OCD type preferences, or like little tics, you know, like little things that just kind of like, ugh. And I had to realize, one, if I want it done, I'm gonna need help, because there's just way too much to do to not have help. I need to teach my children how to be helpful and how to be a part of the family and the team and keep things clean and tidy, so that they are, you know, capable and able adults when it comes time to run their own homes, or assist their wives or, you know, spouses in running their homes. And then like, it's more like, I just felt like there was like this, I don't know what to say. I just feel like I have been sanctified in this area as far as like inviting the kids in to help, because it's, you know, there's so much of us that wants to get like that certain thing done a certain way. You know, there's a part of me that kind of cringes a little bit when the dishwasher isn't like loaded properly, and I so much want to go in there and like adjust things. But what is that doing to my child's spirit, who loaded that, you know, especially with like a happy heart and just like trying to help mom out and do their chores? Like, what is that going to do to her spirit? And so it's just not worth it. And while there is a practicality to it where, okay, like, we cannot overload it, and we have to make sure it's like, there's certain things like, you know, you can't put something too like long in the front basket of the dishwasher, like utensils, because that'll block the flap so the soap won't open. So there's a practicality to like making sure, okay, that can't be there, or making sure things are spread out enough and it's not overloaded so that it does a good job and we don't have to redo it. So there's like that practical aspect of it. But as far as like putting, you know, bowls in a certain place or plates in a certain place or everything in like uniform order, while that might matter to me and it might be my preference, that's not how she does it. And I would rather it get done. I would rather encourage her and not break her spirit. And so it's like I just have to let that go. And you know, that didn't happen until I was 3, 4, 5 kids in, but I learned relatively soon, like, it's just not worth it. Same thing with like vacuuming, or I mean, like anything, you name the chore. You know, inviting your kids in to help you will get it done. It just might not get done to your standard or the way you would like it to, but it's getting done. You're encouraging your children, and that is better than having things done a certain way. And so I just hope that encourages you. I just wanted to kind of take a minute to just kind of give you the tip, and then I just went into something else, but I hope that was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and go switch the loads and do all the other things that I said I was going to do, you know, 3 minutes ago. So let's go do this. Okay, easy peasy day. I'm going to sacrifice my soup leftovers that I made. The homemade vegetable beef soup. If you are interested in the recipe or checking it out, I'll link the video so that you can go look it up. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it. Anyways, I'm going to sacrifice that for him, and then I'll just eat pizza with the kids since I'm here and he is not. I need to replenish my flour so that I can get this yeast made, and towels are washed and my other clothes are in the dryer. So we're doing good on our to-do list. A little sippy of the sip stuff. I had to re-microwave it. This is the second time, but that's pretty good. Okay, let's get the yeast. Love that the pizza dough is super easy and it takes very minimal ingredients. I have this cute like little clear scooper that I got at like Hobby Lobby or something one time for like a candy display at a baby shower or something, but it works perfect for dealing with the jar. If you haven't seen, I do have like a stock pantry of dry ingredients down in my basement, so that when I run out I don't have to go to the store. And also because of everything that's happened in the last 2.5 years, it's just smart, I feel like, to have things on hand, because you never know when the stores are going to run out or the prices are going to just get too high for things. So buying it, you know, when I did like a few months ago, even a year ago, for some of the things, I paid a way better price than I would today. So if you can buy in bulk and store it, it's definitely a good idea. Okay. And I'm actually gonna pull the flour out of just the bucket after I fill this up, so I don't have to fill it up again. I'm kind of making a little bit of a mess, but I don't have like a funnel or a spout for this. Okay, that is all filled up. Back on the shelf. I'm making a video. What's up, guys?
I was getting water and I came down to tell you. I put my clothes away.
Okay.
Is there anything else I need to do?
No, that's okay. Since I'm done prepping the pizza dough, I'll be out there to do my pizza dough. Yeah, we're gonna do DIY pizzas for lunch.
You guys make a lot?
Last night I was just thinking about.
Did I talk to you about last night?
No, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, straight, you know.
Why was that? all of the kids, all of the things. Okay, so I'm doubling my recipe, so 2 cups of warm water and 2 tablespoons of yeast. And I'm just sprinkling that in here. I'm gonna let it start frothing up, and then I'll start adding everything else. I'm actually gonna try a new recipe, I think. And it's gonna have sugar. So we'll see. I usually like to do these things before all of the kids are up and about, because it makes it harder to do all of this stuff. But this is a day in the life, so you get to see the day in the life. Let me swirl this together. Once it's all frothy and starting to bubble, that's what I'm going to add in. I'm coming up on nap time for some littles, and you can tell. So if you hear crazy going on in the back, that's what's going on. Okay, so here I am mixing up the ingredients for the pizza dough. I am trying a new recipe. I usually use one that has honey in it. This one uses sugar. So what it is 2 cups of warm water, and then 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. And you want to let it foam before you add in the sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of sugar also. And then I believe it was 2 cups of flour. I'm not 100% sure right now, but you just want to continue to mix in the flour until it's all incorporated in there and not a sticky, runny batter. I like to go probably about a half a cup at a time, and then I thought the whisk would be a great idea to mix it up. I was not thinking. I was just trying to do it too fast, I think, and ended up using my hand instead to mix it all up, which kept a lot on my hands, but that's okay. You're going to want to make sure that it's all mixed together until it's to the point where you can knead it on a floured surface. You don't need to knead it, but you can. I'm going to go ahead and let it sit on the counter while I go do Bible time, and that's what I'm getting ready into right now after I clean up the mess. Good tip of homemaking skills and stuff: clean up as you go and make sure to clean the mess before you leave the room. That way it's ready to go for you when you come back. After breakfast and our morning chores, the kids and I will all sit down in the living room and do our Bible time, and so this is, well, the kids' Bible time anyway. So we open up in prayer first, and then we will go ahead and read the Bible app. Usually I have my Bible down here, but I didn't get the chance to do it, and I didn't want to waste any time. We're going through the first chapter of Hebrews here, and then we'll work through the book. A chapter a day is what I feel is the best, because that's when their attention spans start to waver. So I want to make sure that they're getting in the Word, and not really pushing it too much. Here I am feeding the baby because he was just not having it anymore. He was done. And the kids will mess around as long as they're quiet. I don't really mind, but you'll see me correct them from time to time. And then here we are working through our devotional. It's a short little devotional that we have on the wonder of God, and it usually has some science facts in there along with the lesson for the day. And so I really like this one. I also have the other one by him. I'll link them down below. Anything that I'm using in my Bible time, if you're interested in checking it out, because I do really love our resources that we have. It's taken me a long time to figure out what I really enjoy. And then we're going to work through the Catechisms. All the kids have the questions that they're working on, even down to my 1.5-year-old Asher. He is working on just the basics of, who made you, why did he make you, that kind of stuff. What else did he make? And he knows, the first question, God, and that's it. But we're working on it, and then Evelyn can answer the first 4 in the catechism, and then the other 2 girls, my 3rd and 4th kids, girls, they are on, I think, question like 30, and then my oldest son, he's in a different book, and he's probably on like question 13 or 14, I believe, and my oldest is in her separate book, which is quite lengthier and takes a little bit more time to memorize her questions. So now I'm going over our memory verse, and then we're going to do our vitamins. I like to tie the vitamins to the Bible time, so that way I make sure that I'm getting it in all the time. especially since we moved up here to Idaho. We have gotten sick a lot more than we have down in San Diego, which I'm sure there's lots of reasons for, but for right now, I'm just focusing on making sure that they get the food that they need and the supplements to go ahead and help them support their immune systems. And then clean it up, and I'm back in here, and I'm prepping a snack for the girls and the 2 toddlers, like my 4 youngest, basically, well, besides the baby. So that's what I'm doing here.
Who's that?
It's a little bit freezy. This is for you girls.
In Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
Stand on it.
Oh, where's the little thing?
What little thing?
Who's playing with the Switch? Probably Asher.
Is this mine?
Yeah. Can you take these 2 to them first?
Mm-hmm.
Don't stand on that, okay?
Okay.
And you can have that. Okay, and just like in true mom fashion, I have not eaten lunch yet, breakfast, and it's almost lunchtime. So I'm just gonna eat a quick egg sandwich.
Charlotte, come sit at the table. Charlotte. Oh, you want?
Okay, listen. Okay, if you have not had an egg sandwich with everything bagel seasoning on it, you're missing out. If you like egg sandwiches, make sure to put some everything bagel on it. You will thank me. You're welcome. Perfect timing. Batteries for my husband. I will take those to him when I take his lunch. Tell me you worked at a grocery store without telling me you worked at a grocery store. Because the way I break down boxes, I learned from working at a grocery store. I am back from dropping off my daughter at work and lunch and batteries to my husband. And now I'm going to get the pizza stuff ready so they can come in and do their own pizzas. So first I have to shred the mozzarella because I didn't do that yet. I use my KitchenAid attachment to do it because I can shred, you know, like 5 pounds of cheese in like 5 minutes. I am just dropping all the things today. Okay, I'm gonna shred cheese and then I'm gonna get this going too. For the sauce, because I'm gonna make homemade sauce. Okay, things in there. Okay. I need a bag. I need a knife. It's not my favorite one, but it'll work. Okay, so now I am cutting up the cheese using the KitchenAid. I really do love using this, and Layla has asked to join me and help me, so I like to encourage them as much as they can to be in there. Sometimes on days like this when I'm really busy, I do struggle with that. So I just took a breath and invited her in because I knew that was the right thing to do. And then here we are with a food processor and I'm making my own sauce because I didn't have any canned, and we're just using peeled tomatoes, basil, garlic, and some salt and pepper for seasoning, and some parsley. And then I have Evelyn here. We're going to work on hers, and then Charlotte will be next to me to the right, or to the left, sorry, my right looking at this, but left in actual person. And then Layla's over there slicing up some olives for us to top our pizzas. There will probably be more left over than used, but that's okay. They asked for them, and I want them to have what they want. When it comes to toppings, who doesn't love to have the pizza of their choice? So we're rolling out and working on our pizza dough crust right now. And then Charlotte here in number 4, she is rolling the sauce out and putting in the mozzarella cheese on, and Evelyn is working alongside her, and she's my now 3-year-old. We just celebrated her birthday a couple days ago. And then Charlotte decided to go with the flower pattern. Evelyn had more sporadic and loaded pepperoni pizza, and now she's just patiently waiting until she gets distracted and decides to leave. And then Layla here is now working on hers, and I think she just more wanted to play with the dough than she wanted to roll out her pizza crust, but she's having fun. She does it a few times, but that's okay. And now Aries, my oldest son, he's in here as well making his. They usually go for a very simple pizza. They don't really like a lot of toppings on it, and like I said, those olives probably more will be left over than used. They really just like cheese and pepperoni for the most part, and I'm just going to help her to get it more rounded out. Okay, all the kids' pizzas are in the oven, and now I'm going ahead and making mine. Mine's more like a flatbread style. I'm just going to use some fresh ingredients. I would really have preferred to have some sliced mozzarella, but we didn't have that, so I just went ahead and used the shredded that they had, some basil from the garden, and some fake balsamic vinegar. So here we are in my bedroom where we started the day. I am kind of doing a working lunch. This is my pizza. You guys, it is delicious. It's just olive oil, mozzarella cheese, fig balsamic vinegar that I got from a local place here, and some fresh basil out of the garden. It is so good. It's like so fresh and light and good, and I love it. Because tomato sauce kind of gives me like heartburn. It makes my stomach upset, so I didn't really want to do it, even though it tasted so fresh and delicious. I'll put but so that's kind of like where we're at. The 3 littlest ones, the baby and the 2 toddlers, are napping. Everybody finished their meal, their pizzas that they made. And then the 3 older ones are finishing up like chores. The girls have laundry to put away. Aries is helping me out by vacuuming the van. And then my second oldest daughter is going to come up here, and we're going to finish up language arts. I didn't really show you guys much of like our homeschool day, because Fridays are pretty much like a low-key half day, so to speak. We only do language arts and math and reading, and then Bible time, of course. So there was nothing to share with that. If you're interested in seeing like what our homeschool day looks like, then please let me know down in the comments, because that would be helpful for me to know. I want to make sure that I'm creating things that you guys want to watch. And then, oh yeah, for dinner we're going to be making chicken gnocchi soup. I love soup. It's soup season, guys. I don't care what anybody says. It has dropped down into the 70s here in Idaho, where I'm at, like in North Idaho. So I'm super excited for soup, and I think we have like 3 more days. Not tomorrow, but the next day. And no, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday are going to be like the last warm days in the 80s, and then it drops down to like low 70s and 60s. So your girl's going to be making soup. If you're interested in recipes, then make sure that you are subscribed and hit the bell so that you're notified when I release them, because I love soup. It's such a cost-effective way to feed a bunch of people, such as a large family. When you have 7 kids, you're quite a large family. And also, of course, a great way to get in those like veggies and nutrients and all the good things. And who doesn't love to pair a good soup with fresh bread? I have not conquered sourdough bread yet, you guys. I cannot get past the starter phase. I do not know what I'm doing wrong, but I have messed up, I want to say like a good like 8 starters. I cannot get past that starter, like to get it like good and fermented, you know, because you're supposed to, I think, have it for 7 to 10 days before you use it to get it like going, and I can't get past that. haven't baked a loaf yet. I think, no, I did, back when we lived in San Diego, I did get it to like loaf status, but I killed it. And I didn't know you could save it, so I tossed it out, which I am so just, I'm literally frustrated with the sourdough thing. But I do have a couple friends here and a huge community who loves sourdough and is just crushing it with sourdough. So I'll probably just reach out, and if nothing else, be like, hey, can I have some of your starter, please? And just go from something that was good. But anyways, I do have an excellent artisan recipe that's delicious and fresh and crunchy and warm and goes amazing with soup. If you guys are interested in that recipe, let me know so that I can make a video about it, because it's super easy, super good. And again, like I said, who doesn't love fresh bread with soup? Dip dip, you know? Anyways, okay. I don't want to go off on a tangent. Like I said, it's a working lunch, so I'm working on my meal planning. I got like 2 recipes done. I have more in my head. It's all in my head. I just haven't put it down on paper. Writing some more things and catching up on my to-do list to make sure I'm working on all that. I already put I have to fold the towels. They're still in the dryer finishing up, but I'll fold those when they're done. And then I got some like YouTube channel stuff I need to work on and plan and figure out. So that's what I'm doing. If I can get this all done and the littles are still napping, I'll probably take a little mini cat nap myself, because I'm feeling a little bit tired. Last night was a little bit rough because, you know, mom life with a newborn. That's just what it is. But I don't want to run on. I feel like this video is already long enough. If there is something that you want to see, then make sure to tell me so that I can leave it or so I can make that video. What's wrong?
The blanket.
Oh, where is it?
Downstairs.
Okay, go get it. Thank you, baby. Like I said, if there is a video that you would like to see, because I'm ending it here, I'm not really going to be showing my like evening family like dinner, nighttime, bedtime routine. But if that's interesting to you, if that's what you want to see, then let me know down in the comments so that I can create that video, because I want to serve you guys. I want to help you. So whatever you're looking for, or looking to, you know, anything that would be helpful from me to create, please let me know, because I want to serve you guys. I want to make sure that I'm making things that you want to see. Okay? If this video was helpful, if you liked it, enjoyed it, if it gave you some insight on what it looks like to be a mom of 7 kiddos and a homemaker and all the things, then please hit that like button, because not only does it help me out, but it lets the algorithm know for YouTube to share it with other mamas that it might be helpful for. And I want to help all the mamas that I can. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy homemaking. Bye.